This is Marcus DePaula, and he's been involved in sound engineering. You've done studio stuff.
Some installs, yeah.
Studio stuff. You've done front of house, monitors.
Tour managing.
Tour managing. Forgot about that part.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff. And so we're just like talking about stuff. And tell us about, start with the tour managing thing. How did you get into that?
Basically, as I was running out of cash for college and dropping out, people heard that there was this new kid that was really cheap and could do sound and road manage too. So I started getting calls from some of the lesser, Christian acts at the time. Not lesser musically, but just, they didn't tour.
Right, nobody knew who these bands were.
Yeah, it was just me and the artist getting on a plane with a guitar and, going and doing a show at church or whatever. And so it just went, I started doing like 3 or 4 different people, and then my name just started getting passed around town, and all of a sudden,
bands are calling you.
Yeah.
Hey, can you go on tour with us?
Yeah. And then for about a year, I worked as the production manager for a club here in town called Cafe Milano that was owned by a bunch of people in the Christian music industry here in town that had, it was like a restaurant, music venue type place.
Oh, cool.
They wanted it to be like a jazz club.
Here in Nashville?
Yeah, it was downtown. And while I was there, they ended up bringing in a bunch of like pretty big jazz acts like Diana Krall and Michael Brecker and Dave Weckl and a lot of those.
I heard he's a pretty good drummer.
Yeah, he's all right. That was like my real classroom because 6 nights a week I was running sound on the same system. That's where I got to kind of fine tune my ear for doing sound. And at the same time, I was like settling shows, doing ticket counts and all that stuff, and driving people to hotels, picking up for airports, and all that stuff. And then after that, I started working for Clair Bros, and I worked there for almost 8 years.
8 years with Clair Bros?
Yeah.
What would you recommend the kid down the street who wants to learn to be a sound guy? What would you tell him to start at? I
always recommend finding a church or a coffee house or some environment that has a sound system where they have regular music going on, where you can volunteer or you can just kind of sit there and watch whoever is in charge of the sound and learn stuff from them. I started out in 7th grade running sound at my dad's church. He was the music minister at the church, and that's how I started out, and the stuff I learned back then is basically what I built on to learn everything else. You can pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to these schools to go learn this stuff, but there is absolutely nothing better than practical experience. I never went to school for any of the sound stuff.
Yeah.
And if you go to school, I would recommend you can always take those classes like electives if you go to like a college or something, and then get a regular degree in something else. But
on the job training.
Yeah, experience is where it's at. If you even just watching somebody, and then they let you touch the board every once in a while, or helping them set up the stage, helping them mic the stage. If you're a kid, just want experience, just go and help, for free.
Right.
And learn and be, take initiative, jump on stuff. If you see something needs to be done, do it. Don't wait for him to ask you if it needs to be done. That's what people on the road are looking for.
Yeah.
People, and that's
how you pick up
gigs.
Earbuds that get thrown.
Yeah, out to the audience. Yeah.
I don't know if we got that, but that was his job on one tour.
Yeah.
Picking up the earbuds of an unnamed famous artist.
When they got angry and they threw them out in the crowd at the end of the night.
Creed. So, as far as like one of the other things that you do, let's talk about your wiring jobs. That's exciting.
All right.
Do you remember when you ran sound for the Beatles?
Not really.
Oh. Stupid. So tell us about this rug. What do you think, as far as somebody who's maybe been in the business for a while, and they know how to mix, they know the gear, they know how to rig or do whatever. What would you say is the best advice, like as far as moving them forward? Maybe they're looking for work. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the best thing to move their career from this point to that point.
Right, and that's tough because I struggled with it a long time too, and I've luckily found a place with my church, which that seems to be a pretty good place for a lot of retired roadies to go to, or local music venues that have like a house sound position, or I did wiring for a while full time for a company, you know, and you know, now I do it just whenever the job comes up, just as a freelance guy. So, you know, whatever the skills are that you have, hopefully it's more than just pushing buttons, because there's not a whole lot of gigs out there that's all you get to do.
Well, part of it's relational too.
Yes, and unfortunately, a lot of guys with my background tend to have a reputation of real.
The mean sound guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I've ever heard that guy.
So, you know, you gotta kind of put the pride down and, you know, go out and
make friends with the bands.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to get a gig is mix a band at a club, do whatever.
Yeah.
Make friends with them.
Right.
You know?
Take care of them, and then hopefully they'll take care of you and return the favor.
Because you remember those people that do that.
Yeah.
It's like, because there's so many, I know as a touring artist, like for years you have like the bad sound nights.
Yeah.
The bad sound nights, the guy at the club that's the jerk or whatever. If you're that guy that's awesome, like I remember those guys at all the clubs.
Totally.
And the clubs where the person's good to you, they care, they get you this, care about your monitors, care about all this stuff.
And same goes on the sound guy side of things. The bands that actually recognize that you're doing a good job and take care. I remember those bands as opposed to the ones that had all these demands and never thanked me once, or just.
Where's my Evian?
Yeah. Or my vodka tonic or whatever.
Yeah, where's my vodka tonic? Where's my fruit tray? Where's my olive loaf?
Right. Exactly.
That's true.
So.
So if you're a band and you're watching this, be nice to your sound guy, because remember they can push that suck button at any point. And if you're a sound guy, be nice to the bands if you want a gig.
It's all about relationships.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Marcus, for doing it. And this is Marcus DePaula, and we want to thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure.
All right. Good night.
That's amazing. Put all these things in it.
I bid you come in it.